My beloved child, I see it all the waves rising within your heart. Even though you try to keep a calm appearance on the outside, even though you continue smiling and living with quiet strength, I see clearly the hidden depths of your soul, the silent cracks, the unspoken worries that no one else understands, and the moments when you find yourself asking, "Why do I feel so empty like this?" You may appear optimistic before others, but when night falls, you are left alone with yourself and the quiet whispers of a weary heart. You are walking through a season where everything seems to be working against you, and in the midst of that chaos, you have quietly passed by the signs I have sent, signs of protection, gentle reminders, and opportunities to pause, reflect, and return to me. I do not condemn you, my child. My heart simply aches as I watch you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, in a world that grows colder by the day, because I know that beneath that strong exterior lies a soul longing to be healed, to be understood, to be loved, and to be guided. My dear one, it is not because you are weak that you feel weary. It is because you have been strong for too long without allowing yourself to rest in my arms. You have kept going through sheer willpower and the small remnants of faith still clinging to your heart. And how deeply I honor that. But I want you to remember this. Faith is not pretending to be fine. It is daring to admit your fragility before me, so that I may lift you up with a grace far greater than any pain you carry. You do not have to fight alone, nor do you need to understand everything. All you need to do is turn back, look up, and open your heart once more, and I will enter in. I am not far away. Never have been. No matter how lonely you may feel, every sigh you release, I hear. Every silent moment you sit with tangled thoughts, I am there. And even now, as you read these words, I am placing my hand upon your heart to calm, to heal, and to remind you that you are not forsaken. My child, the signs you passed by were not coincidences. They were my gentle knock found in a passing phrase, in a scripture that appeared unexpectedly, in the caring gaze of someone who loves you. But in your busyness and concern, you did not notice. I am not saddened that you did not see. I only long for you not to keep walking forward, forgetting who waits for you at the stopping place. I am your refuge. I am the stronghold when your heart is shaken. You do not need to search far to find peace, because true peace is not in external circumstances. It is where my presence dwells, and I am very near within your every breath, in your silent tears, even in the questions that have yet to find answers. Do not blame yourself for feeling fragile. Do not be ashamed when it seems like everything is slipping out of your control. That is not failure. It is a sign that your heart needs to be touched, and I am the one ready to touch it, not with reprimand, but with unconditional love. A love that once bore the cross so you could live, be free, and begin again. You do not have to earn that love. You only need to open your heart. Just whisper, "Father, help me," and I will be there, arms wide open, gathering you into my embrace. And there in the shelter of my arms you will see that there is no pain too deep for me to heal. No darkness so thick that my light cannot pierce through. No past so broken that I cannot turn it into a new beginning. So, my precious child, stop hiding the ache inside you. Let me do what only I can: turn your insecurity into comfort, your confusion into wisdom, and your sense of being lost into a homecoming soaked in grace. Tomorrow may still hold trials, but today, I want you to know one thing. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. and your life, even amid its chaos, holds immeasurable value in my eyes. Remember that, and let my love heal every hidden corner of your soul, every forgotten memory, every wound you have been too afraid to name, because with me, nothing is ever too late, nothing is too far gone, and no one is beyond redemption. I am here, and I am still calling your name with all the love I have had for you since the very beginning. My beloved child, there are moments in life when it feels as though the whole world has turned its back on you. There are nights when you lie awake with a weary heart, wondering if I still hear you. If your prayers are vanishing into the void, trials pile up, losses strike, and doors close, leaving you feeling abandoned in a space of uncertainty. But I want you to know something of utmost importance. Not even for a second have I turned my face away from you. I have never left your side, and my love for you is not shaken by temporary circumstances or fleeting emotions. My presence does not always roar like thunder or blaze like a miracle before your eyes, but I am there in every heartbeat, in every breath you take each day. When you cry unseen tears, I am there to catch each one. When you are exhausted but still rise to your feet, I strengthen your steps. And when you feel most alone, that is when I hold you closest, even if you cannot feel it, because your heart is clouded by storms of emotion and doubt. My child, I am working right now in your life, though your eyes may not yet perceive it, though your mind may not yet grasp it. My hand is silently rearranging all things. What feels like delay is my way of protecting you. The closed doors are not punishments, but divine redirections to a better door, one that aligns perfectly with the loving plan I've had for you since the beginning. You cannot see the full picture, but I can. You cannot understand it all, but I am weaving everything, even the painful parts, into a greater, more beautiful, more sacred story than you've ever dared to imagine. And on this journey, I am not just giving you fleeting comfort. I am leading you to an eternal purpose, a place within the glorious plan of heaven, where you will shine, where you will testify, where you will become part of something extraordinary. Do not let the feeling of abandonment dim the truth that you are deeply loved. Do not let the noise of the world drown out my whisper within your soul. You are not forsaken. You are being prepared. I am not silent. I am whispering in the stillness. Great things often begin in silence. And this current season, though it may seem dry, is where seeds are quietly germinating. Do not evaluate your worth through temporary emotions, nor measure my love through present circumstances. My love does not change. It is the solid foundation upon which you can build your life. It is the steady flame that burns through the nights you feel lost. The divine compass that always leads you back to the right path. I know your heart longs for a life of meaning. I see your desire to live according to my will, to do what is right, to love as I have loved you. And for that very reason, I am making a way, even if it's not yet visible. The people you meet, the places you go, even the paths that feel like dead ends, all are being intricately woven by my hand. Nothing is meaningless. Every crack in your soul will be used to reflect the beauty of grace. Every pain will be comforted and become a testament of healing. Every tear you've shed will not be wasted. They are watering the harvest that is drawing near. Oh, my dear child, be at peace. Let your soul rest in the truth that I am in control. When you do not know where to go, I will be the way. When you don't know what to believe, I am the truth. And when life feels like it is slipping away, I am the life. All I ask of you today is this: do not give up. Do not let fear or fatigue steal your hope. Keep believing. Keep praying. Keep walking. Every trembling step you take is held in my care. The purpose I have for you is not small. It is greater than anything you've imagined. It is more glorious than your highest dreams. And I, whose love never changes, will lead you to that destiny. Not by your strength, but by my everlasting faithfulness. I love you. That love does not depend on your success or failure. I love you when you are strong. And I still love you when you fall. My love does not calculate, does not hesitate, and does not withdraw. It is complete, overflowing, and always ready to embrace you home. No matter how many times you've wandered, I remain here. Arms open wide. You are not forgotten. You are not rejected. You are being molded day by day, prepared to walk into a sacred destiny, and I, who began the good work in you, will be faithful to complete it until the day of glory. Be strong, my child, for I am still here, and I have never stopped loving you. My beloved, in the midst of the world's relentless noise, in the chaos of thousands of external invitations and the inner turbulence of your mind, I am still here. I do not force my way in. I do not shout like thunder. I whisper gently like a soft breath passing through your soul. And if you pause, just for a moment, amidst this hurried life, even in this very moment, as you read these words, you will see that I have never left. You will feel a gentle current of peace, not from the outside, but from me, dwelling within you, walking each step with you through every day. Whether you realize it or not, my child, I know all things. Nothing in your heart is hidden from me. I have seen the silent temptations that pass through your life like shadows, trying to lure you away from the light. I have witnessed the private struggles within your mind, the tug of war between what is right and what is easy, between the call of your soul and the noise of the world. I know the thoughts you don't dare speak, the doubts about yourself, about my love, about your worth in this vast world. Sometimes, sin may feel like a heavy cloak draped over your shoulders, making you feel not good enough, not holy enough, not strong enough to draw near to me. But my child, listen to me clearly. There is nothing you have done that can make me stop loving you. And there is nothing you will do that can make me stop hoping in you. You do not need to hide your weakest parts from me. Bring it all the things you feel ashamed of. The things you think I cannot forgive, lay them in my hands. For it is in that truth and surrender that I can begin to heal you completely. Here, in my presence, there is no condemnation, only mercy. Only the loving gaze of a father who does not seek perfection in you, but a sincere heart willing to return. I am not sitting there tallying your failures. I am standing here, arms outstretched, longing to embrace you, not when you have it all together, but right now, even as you are breaking. My love is not like the love the world offers. It has no conditions. It is not bound by time, circumstance, or emotion. It is an everlasting covenant, written from the beginning of creation, when I shaped you with my own hands and declared you very good. That love cannot be revoked, no matter how far you go, no matter how many times you've turned away. That love still follows you like the shadow of the sun, not because you earned it, but because I chose to love you steadily, unchangeably. Don't waste another moment wondering whether you are loved. The answer has already been declared from the cross, where my only Son shed his blood for you. Not when you were at your best, but when you were lost and weak. My beloved child, I do not see you through the lens of your past. I see you through the light of the potential I have placed within you. I do not see a broken person. I see a masterpiece being restored. I do not see a fallen soul. I see a warrior rising. I do not focus on what you have done wrong. I see you through the eyes of your Creator, and that gaze is filled with patience, hope, and mercy. You are not defined by your failures, but by my heart for you, and my heart is always turned toward wholeness, always believing that you can become exactly who I dreamed you would be when I formed you. So let my peace seep into the deepest cracks of your soul. Let my love wash away the burdens you've carried for far too long. Let my gentle light dispel the darkness of self-condemnation, of shame, of confusion. You don't have to run to me. I've always walked ahead to come near you. And right now, as you read these words, it is I who am knocking once more at the door of your heart. Softly but urgently. Will you open? Be still. Stop running. Let your heart rest in my arms. No more striving. No more pretending. No more need to prove anything. Just be mine, a beloved child returning into the unchanging love of your Father. And from that place, I will do a new thing. I will lead you through fresh lands, help you rise stronger, teach you to hear my voice more clearly, and show you that weakness is not the end but the beginning of a glorious journey. For my love is not only to forgive you, it is to revive you, to transform you, and to make you whole. My beloved, I know there are times when your heart grows so heavy that you no longer know which way you're going. Negative emotions surround you like a dense fog, blinding you to the light ahead. You keep trying to be strong, to live well. But there are days when the darkness of doubt and exhaustion seems to swallow every fragile hope. You ask yourself what went wrong, what is missing, and why everything feels so hard. You begin to question not only yourself, but even my voice, my love, and my presence. But, my child, I have never abandoned you, not for a single moment. I have sent you signs. They were not lightning bolts splitting the sky or thunderous voices, but rather the quiet words of a stranger. A verse from Scripture that appeared just in time, a gentle dream in the night, or a sudden urge to pause amid your hurried life. That is how I speak to you, warn you, and remind you that I am still walking beside you, still seeking to pull you back from the edge of collapse. But because your heart has been so busy, so anxious, so wounded, you've unintentionally missed my invitations. I do not blame you, but I ache seeing you on the verge of falling too deep. That is why I am not coming alone. Michael, the archangel, heaven's mighty warrior, is with me now, at your side, before it is too late, not to condemn, but to rescue, not to judge, but to lift your soul from the burden it has carried for too long. You've whispered, "Father, are you listening to me?" That question echoed in the most hidden place of your heart, where no one sees, where you've concealed your pain for fear that if anyone touched it, you'd shatter. But I know, I've heard every whisper, every muffled sob in the night, every thought you couldn't speak. Nothing escapes my sight. No longing in your heart is too small for me to notice. I am closer to you than your very breath, nearer than the thoughts you haven't yet formed. And my love for you is so deep that I've dispatched angels to surround you even when you didn't realize you were standing at the edge of despair. My dear one, you are not alone. In the moments you believe no one understands, no one hears, I am still there, quiet, but full of power, unseen, but unwavering in my presence. I am not only listening, I am moving. I am doing things that are beyond your understanding right now. But every movement is perfectly timed and placed to form a miracle greater than what you've asked for. My presence does not always come with emotion, but it is as sure as the solid ground beneath your feet. And even now, when it seems like nothing is changing, the battlefields of heaven are shaking for you. My precious child, are being protected, being restored, and being drawn back to safety. Do not let temporary silence make you believe that I am uninterested. In the stillness, I am preparing something glorious. I am setting a table before you in the days when you feel empty. I am rewriting the story of your life with the ink of hope, of love, and of redemption. No prayer has been wasted. No tear has gone uncounted, and no fear within you has been faced alone. You are not forsaken, you are being fought for. So, my child, be still. Let your heart pause from the noise of doubt. Let your soul soak in this truth. I am here. I have always been here, and I will never leave, even when you can't feel me. My love has never lessened. I love you not because of what you do, but because you are mine. That love does not shift with your success or failure, does not change with belief or doubt. It is an unshakable truth, and I am inviting you back into that relationship, not with the burden of effort, but with the freedom of a child fully accepted and completely forgiven. You don't need to do anything to make me listen. I have heard you before you ever cried out. You don't need to prove anything to be saved. I already gave my son so that you might live. And you don't need to be perfect to be loved, for it is my love that will make you whole, day by day. So, my child, I believe in what your eyes have not yet seen. Open your heart to what your ears have not yet heard, and walk into the protection I have already prepared just for you, because I love you. And that love will never change. My beloved child, I know your heart holds unspoken battles. Every day you walk in a world filled with competing voices, where goodness is often masked by false glamour, where truth becomes blurred in the storm of illusions. I see your confusion, your longing to discern what is truly light and what merely masquerades as good. This is no simple task. My child, when your soul thirsts for righteousness, but is pulled by real and present temptations, the weariness is inevitable. But know this, it is in the very midst of that battle, in the staggering, that you are growing. You are learning to see with spiritual eyes, no longer merely reacting to surface feelings or outer appearances. Do not be ashamed of your struggle. Do not think that inner conflict means you've failed. In truth, the very presence of the battle shows that you long to live rightly. If your soul did not lean toward light, darkness would have no need to fight for you. It is precisely because you are walking toward the light that darkness presses harder to bind you. But my child, take heart, for I see it all. I see when you choose forgiveness over resentment. I see when you turn away from what is wrong, even when it looks sweet. I see when you whisper prayers in the night, long after others have fallen asleep, while your heart still searches for peace. Not one tear falls from your eyes that I have not counted. Not one yearning in your spirit escapes my notice. O child, you are not alone in this war, even when you feel like you're battling in the desert. I am right there beside you. More than that, you are surrounded by a heavenly army, angels standing guard, invisible hands holding you up when you feel too weak to rise. The prayers you offer, even the faintest cries from a weary heart, are mighty weapons in the unseen realm. You cannot see it all, but in heaven, each plea rings like a trumpet, setting the armies of heaven into motion to aid you. Your soul is of infinite worth to me. and no power can reach for it without facing my authority and my protection. My beloved, the weight you're carrying is not a punishment, nor is it a sign of failure. It is an alarm bell, a stirring from my spirit, reminding you that you are standing at the threshold between the ordinary and the awakening. It is an invitation from me, calling you to rise higher, to go deeper into trust and surrender. You may think I am silent, but truly, I am leading you through the deepest parts of yourself to strip away the false coverings, to bring you face to face with your real self under the light of grace. You don't need to pretend to be strong. Just come honestly, with all your mess, fatigue, and confusion. For my love does not wait until you've overcome. It loves you even while you're still wrestling. Remember, you were not made just to survive, but to overcome, not by your own strength, but by the power of the one who chose you, who loves you, and who dwells within you. You are not a lost soul. You are one journeying back to fullness. You are not a failure because you've been weak. You are being trained to grow strong in truth. Every inner battle, when laid at my feet, becomes a stepping stone toward the sacred purpose I have designed for your life. So, my child, do not fear the dark, for my light in you is always greater. Do not panic when your heart wavers, for the foundation I've laid in you is unshakable. Do not lose heart when you see no result yet, for I am working even in the silence. Keep your heart anchored in my word. Keep searching for my eyes amid the noise of this world, and you will see when the time comes that no battle you faced was in vain. They are the proof of a soul unwilling to surrender to darkness. They are the evidence that you are chosen, and I, the faithful one, will never forsake the one I have called by name. I am still here, still fighting beside you, still placing my hand upon your shoulder to strengthen you, still waiting for you to lift your gaze not in fear, but in hope, for you are my child, and that nothing can ever change. My beloved child, let these words soak into your heart like cool water in a desert, for they are not merely written phrases, but the very breath of eternal love whispered into your soul. Here, in the gentle and powerful presence of mine, there is no condemnation for you. There is no judgment, no accusing glance from the past or even from your own mind. Only mercy, only love, and only the unyielding, blazing determination of the one who formed you from nothing to see you rise, not as a burdened failure, but as a child restored in glory, complete in the holy design I set before you ever existed. Do not let your heart waste another moment doubting whether you deserve my love. Do not let past mistakes or present fears steal the eternal truth. My love for you is not based on what you do, but on who I am. I am love. That love existed before you knew you needed it. I loved you before you could call my name, and that love will never be taken back. Not by failure, not by moments of wandering, not by the silence of your prayers. Nothing can erase my love from your life, because it is not built on the fragile foundation of human feeling. It is sealed in the blood of covenant, a covenant that cannot be broken, cannot be undone, cannot be replaced. My child, you belong to me. That cannot be changed. Even if you feel lost, forgotten, or swept away by time, the truth remains. You are mine. I have engraved your name upon the palm of my hand, not in ink, not in fading symbols, but by your very presence etched into my heart. Before your first cry, I knew you. I saw every day of your life before one came to be. I saw the dreams you didn't dare to voice, I heard your whispered thoughts before they left your lips. And even now, I am still watching, still caring, still arranging all things, though you may not always see it, though you may sometimes think I am silent. My child, I know there have been moments when you feared that time was running out, that the years behind you were wasted, that some dreams were buried, opportunities closed, and doors no longer waiting for you. But hear me, beloved, in my plan, nothing is ever wasted. There is no timing that is a mistake. There is no path so twisted that I cannot make straight again. I do not measure your life by milestones set by men, but by the moments you turn your heart back to me in humility, with searching eyes, and in genuine surrender. Time does not run out under my sovereignty. What you thought was failure may very well be the foundation for a greater beginning. The doors you believed were closed may be waiting for me to open at the very moment when your heart is healed and your spirit renewed. My beloved, I do not look at you through the lens of your stumbles, but through the hopeful eyes of a father who always believes in his child. I do not see a soul full of flaws. I see fertile soil ready to receive the seed of new life. You are my workmanship, fearfully and wonderfully made, not merely to exist, but to reflect the glory of the one who created you. And I, the one who began a good work in you, will never abandon it. I will complete it in my time, in my way, by my power. So, beloved child, do not let the past hold you back. Do not let the fear of tomorrow dim the light of your present. You are not defined by what has been, but by the one who has called you by name. Return to me, not to prove anything, but to receive what has always been yours: love, peace, and a restored life. Let me remind you once more, you are mine. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are being led home. And this journey, though rugged at times, is a journey of redemption, of unwavering love, and of an eternal covenant between father and child. My precious one, I see what no one else can see. I hear what human ears cannot hear. I touch the deepest places in your soul, even those you yourself do not fully understand. And in this very moment, I want you to know that I am not unfamiliar with the burden weighing silently in your heart. There is something so real and so quiet that has been troubling you. It does not show on the surface, yet I feel its weight in every step you take, in every glance you try to make look strong, in every sigh you release in the solitude of the night. You are trying to stay positive, trying to find beauty amid the gray shades of life. Yet there are days when all you feel is the heaviness of negativity pressing in, the fatigue crushing each heartbeat, and the sinking sense of a nameless loneliness. And I, with the heart of a loving father, cannot stand by watching you wrestle with that silent unrest. I have sent you signs sometimes through a stranger's words, a scripture that surfaced unexpectedly, a peculiar dream, a gentle comfort in an afternoon rain. These are not grand miracles written in books, but my tender whispers, calling you to pause, to look up, and return. Yet in the busyness of life, in the noise of chaotic thoughts, you missed them. You did not see. You did not hear. But I am not angry. I only grieve because you carried what you could have placed in my hands. And because I love you so deeply, I am not coming alone now. Archangel Michael, the mighty guardian of heaven, stands with me by your side this very moment to remind you that you are not abandoned, not forgotten, and it is never too late to return to the embrace of love. I know you have asked, Lord, do you really hear me? That question may never have been spoken aloud, yet it echoes in the innermost chamber of your soul where you retreat, where tears fall quietly, where hope seems to fade. And I, the one who sees all, want you to etch this truth deep in your heart. I have heard, I have seen. Not a single prayer of yours vanished into the void. I have heard every whisper in your closed room, every sob after the world has gone to sleep, every cry for help that never reached your lips. Not one word from you is too small for my attention, not one pain too hidden for my care. For I am closer than your very breath. I move with every beat of your heart, every moment, every hidden ache you cannot share with anyone. Beloved, this life can exhaust you. It can crush dreams, shake faith, and make you question your worth. But in my eyes, you remain priceless, not defined by what you face, but by the love I have placed within you from the beginning. That love does not change when you change. It is not withdrawn when you wander. It stays unbroken, burning, waiting to embrace you even when you feel undeserving. Because your worth is not in what you have done, but in the fact that you were formed by love, woven in divine wisdom, destined to live not in fear but in freedom, peace, and hope. Do not let negativity drown out the voice of grace. Do not let temporary disappointments obscure the eternal truth that you are upheld by unconditional love. Let me and Michael fight for you. Let yourself rest in my arms, where every burden can fall, where your soul need not strain to keep moving. I do not ask you to be strong all the time. I only ask you to be honest with yourself and with me. For in truth lies the beginning of healing, renewal, and life overflowing. You are not lost. You are simply walking a path that calls for divine companionship. And now, you walk alone no more. I am here. Michael is here. All of heaven leans toward you with relentless hope that you will rise, endure, and become everything I intended you to be before a single day existed. Take heart, my beloved, for I am your father, and I never forget what is mine. You are never too far gone to return. You are never too broken that I cannot restore you, and no fracture within you is ever too deep for my love to reach. What I desire is not perfection, but surrender. I do not expect you to have every answer, only that you come back and trust. And the moment you begin to turn around, my light will blaze forth. The heavenly covering will be restored. What was thought to be lost will begin to be returned, not necessarily in the old way, but in a new one, deeper, stronger, and more glorious. I love you even in the moments when you don't realize it, and that love will not stop pursuing you, reminding you that you were created not to live in chaos but to walk in light, not to follow the ways of the world, but to be transformed, to be led, and to live in complete alignment with the divine purpose I have set apart for you since the beginning. My beloved child, there have been moments in your journey when you turned aside, let go of my hand, and followed the voice of the world, thinking it was freedom, thinking it was your own choice. Sometimes you chased fleeting things and forgot the light of your origin, forgot the gentle voice of the one who formed you in infinite love. You've walked through days when your soul felt barren, when you felt like a stranger to yourself, and everything seemed to crumble quietly. Yet even then, I want you to hold on to this unshakable truth. My mercy has never left you, never grown weary, and never closed its doors. Even if you wandered off, even if you ignored the many signs I sent through dreams, through counsel, through the silent whispers of conscience, I have never once turned my face away from you. I have always waited, not with wrath, but with tenderness, not with reproach, but with open arms. I have kept my heart tender toward your wounds, because you are, my child, an irreplaceable part of my love. I have never looked at you through the lens of your mistakes, but through the lens of the potential you carry if you would return to the light of truth. And, my child, repentance is the key that opens the door to restoration, not self-condemnation, not lingering shame, but the humility to turn around, to honestly say, I was wrong, but I long to begin again. Repentance is not weakness, it is a mark of courage and spiritual maturity. The moment you return to me in sincerity, the very instant your cry rises from the depths of your heart, even if faint and fragile, I will come to you, without delay, without hesitation, without questioning your worth, because to me, your honest heart is enough to move me. I will lift you from the place you've fallen, wipe away the tears that never had time to fall, and renew your strength, not merely so you can keep going, but so you can walk with more confidence, more clarity, and more hope than ever before. I will place your feet once again on solid ground, not as an escape, but as a foundation where you can face life with divine support. But I also want you to be honest with yourself. Not every consequence can be undone. Forgiveness I give immediately like a pure stream washing over your soul, but some consequences of past choices may still unfold, because they are part of the human reality. A careless word can break a relationship. A hasty decision can bring financial, physical, or emotional strain. And while my grace is more than enough to heal, I ask you to walk patiently through the process with me by your side. My child, remember this: in every consequence you face, I am not standing outside of it. I am walking through it with you. I do not leave you to endure the waves that ripple from your missteps alone. On the contrary, I am your refuge when you are tired, your clarity when new choices arise, your strength when reality feels too heavy. And through every season, I will use everything you've been through, even the wounds, to create something new in you. Nothing is wasted when it is placed in my hands. No fracture is hopeless when you are willing to surrender it to the one who can shape it into something beautiful. So, my child, don't let guilt or shame hold you back. Be brave and come home. Speak out what you've been hiding. Let me embrace you not with demands, but with grace, not with conditions, but with healing. You don't need to wait until you're good enough to return. It is precisely when you feel not enough that I am closest to you. And from that place, I will teach you how to live again, how to rebuild, how to love, not with your own strength, but with new strength from my spirit that I pour into you. My love for you has never run dry. My grace is still flowing. My patience remains. And this gentle voice is still calling not to frighten you, but to awaken the sacred part of you that has always belonged to me. Come back, my child. Nothing that has happened can separate you from the love I have for you. And nothing you face today can stop the good plan I am still fulfilling, starting right where you left off with unchanging love and unfailing mercy. My beloved child, today I proclaim a blessing over you with all the power and unwavering love of the Creator. I lay my hand upon your mind and bestow upon you a precious gift, the clarity that comes from heaven. No longer will you wrestle through endless nights of doubt. No longer will anxiety spiral you into the depths of confusion. I release you from the burden of unanswered questions, from the pressure of having to navigate every path alone. Instead, I pour out upon you wisdom from above, wisdom that is not bound by human knowledge, but that illuminates even the darkest corners, the ones you thought no light could reach. This wisdom will not only grant you understanding, it will grant you discernment. I give you spiritual eyes to recognize truth among countless lies, to detect the light even when it's veiled behind the mist of the world. You will no longer be unstable or uncertain, but will walk with unwavering faith in my will, because I have established within you a heart like stone and a vision that cannot be shaken. Not only your mind, but I also place my healing hand upon your heart, the place that has endured many wounds, the place where the cracks may have been forgotten by time and people, but have never been hidden from me. I know every hurt, whether caused by others or by your own hands. I see the hidden corners you haven't dared to share, the memories you've tried to bury, the silent aches that have dimmed the light within your soul. But now, by the stripes my son bore, you are healed. I pour the oil of Gilead, the oil of restoration, comfort, and divine healing onto every place you've been betrayed, every moment you felt not good enough, every shard of your heart that you've hidden behind a smile. I do not come to soothe you temporarily. I come to heal you fully. And as my love saturates the deepest layers of your being, you will be renewed, not just emotionally, but at your very core. You will no longer be the one merely surviving. You will be the one restored, walking stronger than ever before, with courage born of confidence and a heart that knows it is fully loved. I also bless your body, which has carried the weight not only of external pressures, but of the silent worries within your mind. I speak life into every cell, every vein, every breath. Let the breath of the one who formed you begin to stir mightily within you. I did not create you to live in chronic fatigue or persistent pain. I formed you to live with strength, endurance, and the ability to rise even when your flesh feels weak. Now I breathe into you once again the breath that once turned dust into the first human being. Let every part of you be renewed by that creative power. Let what was weak be restored, what was drained be replenished, and what seemed dead be revived by the fullness of my life. And I do not stop there. I bless the very path you are walking. I will not leave you groping through the shadows of life. I have sent my angels ahead not only to follow behind and protect, but to go before you, prepare goodness, and block every scheme the enemy has plotted. There are pits you don't even know are waiting, but my angels will expose them. There are traps disguised as beautiful things, but my light will unveil them. And every step you take will no longer be filled with anxiety, but with the peace of knowing that I am walking with you. My word will be a lamp to your feet, not just for the next step, but for the entire journey ahead. Even when the path curves, even when unexpected turns arise, you will not lose your way. For my light will always be clear, always enough for your next step, and will go before you like a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. So, my child, be at peace. You are not only embraced by my mercy, but blessed completely in your mind, in your heart, in your body, and in every step you take in this life. Each new day is a sacred opportunity for you to experience my love and divine care more deeply. You do not need to wait for a special moment. For this very day, the moment your eyes read these words, is the day I am reaching for you, restoring you, placing you once again exactly where you belong. And that place, beloved one, is in the firm embrace of my arms, the arms of the one who has loved you from the beginning and will never cease loving you for all eternity. Walk on, not by your own strength, but by the power of my unshakable promises, for you are blessed, and nothing can take that blessing out of your hands. My beloved child, listen deeply to the sound of my voice in your heart. For today I do not speak merely to comfort you, but to strengthen your spirit in the midst of trial. I am the one who called you out of darkness, and I myself stand beside you, steadying every step as you walk through the flames of adversity. What you are going through is not meant to crush you, but to refine your faith like gold tested in fire. You will not fall, for I will not let you fight alone. I, your source of strength, am here. And not only I, but the entire host of heaven's angels is at your side in battle. Every prayer that leaves your lips echoes through heaven, stirring the skies into movement on your behalf. Do you know this? Even when your heart trembles, heaven rises. And I, Michael the Archangel, the guardian and defender of those called by the name of the Lord, declare a mighty blessing over your life. That every thought, every action, every desire in you would align with the good and eternal will of God. You are not adrift in the sea of an aimless world. You are being led, protected, and blessed by the very one who formed you in his image. I pray over every relationship in your life, from friendships to family, from your community to the strangers you meet each day, that they would be shaped by divine love and truth. May the connections ordained by God become shelters for your soul, sources of encouragement, strength, and comfort when you are weary. May your friendships not be fleeting pleasures, but spiritual companionships, places where others see my light in you and help you stand when your legs begin to shake. May your family, whether whole or still in need of healing, become holy ground, where love is not just spoken, but lived out daily with perseverance. And if there are any relationships that are not from me, that do not reflect my truth or bring life to your soul, may they be gently released, not through pain, but through wisdom and peace, so that you are not held back by anything that hinders your sacred path forward. We, the Father, the Son, and the armies of heaven do not bless you only in outward things, but bless your very soul. May your soul not merely survive, but grow each day, advancing step by step like a tree planted by streams that never run dry. May you crave my presence not only in times of trouble, but also in the calmest of moments. May you enter into deeper intimacy with your Creator, not through ritual, but through a living and honest relationship. Let your heart open wide, so that you may not merely know me in theory, but encounter me in every breath of life. Let your sacred longing draw you to seek me in every word, in each quiet morning, in the stillness between the rushes of the world. And I pray that your spiritual eyes be open not to see the future through the lens of worldly curiosity, but to see the vision from heaven, so that when others only see trouble, you see purpose. When others only see failure, you see training. When others only see the end, you see a new beginning. May you see what human eyes cannot see, the hand of the Father working through what seems random, the light of divine guidance illuminating your winding path. May your spiritual ears be opened also, not just to hear the noise of the world, but to catch even the softest whisper of the Lord, echoing within your mind, reminding you that I am still here, still speaking, still leading the way. My child, I do not want you to simply endure, I want you to overcome, not by the standards of this world, but in spiritual victory, when your spirit is not crushed by circumstances, when your faith does not waver in the storm, when your heart still knows how to trust, even when the world shifts beneath your feet. May every step you take be upheld by divine presence. May every moment of your life be evidence of a soul touched, guarded, and blessed by heaven itself. And as you continue forward on the path I have prepared, remember, you are never alone. Behind you is the promise of your Father. Beside you is the Redeemer. Over you is the crown of grace. And before you is a future written in eternal faithfulness. Be strong, my child, for the blessing is not merely being poured out, it is already flowing within you. And nothing can stop what I have spoken over your life. For I love you, and that love, my dear one, will never be withdrawn. Amen. As a child of God, you are never alone. He is with you in every moment, reminding you to live always in faith and in His unwavering love. Follow and turn on notifications so you never miss a word I speak from heaven. Amen.